Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Hot 97. My name is Peter Rosenberg, and we're continuing to preview for this big fight that's going down, fight card Saturday night at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, which is becoming quite the hotbed for boxing again. Brooklyn, that is. And we have my man Edgar Santana in the building.
How you doing, man? How you doing, Rosenberg?
I'm good, bro. Spanish Harlem?
Spanish Harlem all day.
Where exactly are you from?
I was raised in Washington Projects, 102nd Street.
102nd and what?
102nd Avenue.
102nd, 2nd Avenue. How was Spanish Harlem growing up? You're like 35, so how were the 80s? We're the same age. How was Spanish Harlem in the 80s?
It was tough, man. It was tough growing up, you know. But I have to say, I had the family. You know, thank God for my family. You know, they kept me up. You know, they kind of was my support. You know.
Were you fighting? Did you fight a lot as a kid?
Yes.
Were you the trouble? Were you starting trouble, or were you defending yourself? Be honest.
Both.
A little of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. But I was kind of like the quiet kid, you know. But I guess I always ended up in some type of fight, either fighting for a friend or, you know, something like that.
You weren't the one to back away.
No, definitely not.
No, listen, man. Spanish Harlem is still Spanish Harlem. It's still real. It's still real up there.
Yeah.
I live on the west side, and I've been looking for a place to move. And whenever I see a great price come up, I'm like, oh my God, this place is incredibly affordable. What's the address? And it's like 106th and 3rd. I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, well, I get the. So I'm gonna read something to you that I just read. From Bleacher Report. It's a preview for the fight, so I didn't write this obviously, but I'm curious to your take on it. It's about you're fighting Lamont Peterson, who will be it's his third defense of his IBF Junior Welterweight Championship Saturday at the Barclays Center, taking on unheralded local fighter Edgar Santana. But wait, they do mention you a little bit more than that. They talk about Peterson capturing the title from Amir Khan, blah blah blah. Santana is staring down the barrel of the opportunity of his lifetime. The Puerto Rican fighter is well known in New York boxing circles, but he has never achieved much mainstream success. He's a pretty significant underdog, but a win here would make his career. How do you feel about that assessment of what Saturday night is for Edgar Santana?
I don't consider myself, an underdog. I mean, honestly, for me, it's just another fight. You know, I feel I have the tools to beat Lamar Peterson. You know, and basically, all I focus, my focus for this fight would just been just getting in the best shape as possible. You know, to be, you know, to give him the best fight. And,
how good is Peterson in your eyes? Is he very good?
I think he's pretty tough. He's obviously the champion, IBF champion, but I really don't think he's gonna beat me, honestly.
So when you hear that though, and you know, and your team was saying that this is a huge fight for you, and you say it's just an average fight, you've put in tons of work. I mean, just sitting across from you, I can tell you're in tremendous physical condition. So you've obviously spent, you know, an immense amount of time in the gym that work that people like myself, we can't even fathom the level of physical work that you put into your conditioning. And you know that the opportunity, this fight is on national television on Showtime. Should you win this fight, it clearly is a career changer. You're then able to defend a title. There's a serious pay upgrade in doing that. Do you try to put all those things to the side and just not think about it, or do you use it as a motivational tool?
I mean, you know what? I try not to think too much about it. You know, I try to focus more on the work I'm doing as a fighter, and I just train hard. You know, I train hard, and you know, and we have a fight plan, and we just focus on that, and that's it. And you know, the night of the fight, I put that plan to work.
How difficult is it as a fighter? I think when we're watching fights at home, and I'm a pretty big fight fan, and if I'm sitting at home and you're watching a fighter and the fight's going on, right, and let's say there's a situation where the fighter isn't quite aware. How they're fighting to me doesn't appear that they're aware of what the score is in the fight, right? And you're sitting there going, you need to fight more, throw more punches, throw more. And then you may hear them in their corner, and their cornerman's telling them, you're losing. You have to throw more punches. Is it hard in the midst of the fight to hear what people are telling you?
It is. It is. It's kind of, I mean, it just goes so fast. And it's like, for some reason, when you're in the ring, it's like everybody, including the crowd, is like very far away. You know, and you know, it's hard when it's a different look when you're looking at it, you know, from the outside. You know, from the inside, you don't really see the openings, and it's different. You gotta almost play by. It gotta come by instinct.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's interesting because like in any other professional sport, there's a moment, right? Like you see Peyton Manning walk off the field and a coach comes up to him and grabs him. He takes off his helmet and he can sit there and have a completely cohesive conversation, coherent conversation about what I need to do. Oh, well, we need to work on this. They bring them pictures. They bring them an iPad. They scroll through and they say, oh, I'm going to work on this. A fight's not like that.
No.
Because no matter how much of a sport it is still a physical fight. Mm-hmm. And you can tell whether it was Lennox Lewis or Mike Tyson or Sugar Ray Leonard. When they're in the corner, no matter how great they are, you can see that it is very hard to focus on all the instruction when ultimately you're going to go out there and you're physically fighting another man.
And the thing is, you fighting by yourself. It's like you get no subs. I mean, you finding you there by yourself when that bell ring, you there by yourself. So you gotta somehow figure it out.
How fast? If you have a tough round and you're hurt, and more importantly,
it's the longest round ever.
And how fast is that time when you're sitting go? Because you must want to sit for a minute, and it must go so fast.
Listen, I fought Josecito Lopez, and on Showtime, and I remember the 8th round, he dropped me with a body shot. You know, 2 times. So that was a long round. All I was thinking that round, all right, I gotta survive this. You know, I gotta recover. Got out the round. That round, I was that 4 minute went so quick. But you know, I was in shape, so I recovered. So he blew his load. Well, I got strong 9 and 10, and I ended up taking the fight.
So you have to have moments like that where you're thinking, if I can just survive through this, I'll be all right.
Exactly.
But what is it? Okay, you're obviously a tough dude. You're from Spanish Harlem. You're a fighter, for God's sake. How much does a body shot hurt that takes you down? Like
it hurts
like
a lot.
Is it pain or lack of air? What's worse?
It's little bit of both. You know, because especially kidney shot, is painful. It kind of like it almost freezes the body. I mean, your legs go. I mean, you try to get up. Your mind is like, okay, get up, but your body is like, hell no. You know, so you try. You thinking, all right, let me try to recover. Let me try to get up. But sometimes the body don't wanna do it. You know. And you can't breathe, you know, or the body is like out your system. So
your mind. So it's really a test for your brain.
Yeah, definitely.
And your heart, I guess. But I mean, only your heart. Even if you have the heart of a lion, you can still only do so much if your body doesn't want to listen.
Exactly.
And that's another funny thing to think about is like, you know, some tough guy goes out and gets into a fight. You get into a fight on the street, and you wake up the next day like, damn, what happened last night? Oh, I got into a real fight. That thing lasted 40 seconds tops. 40 seconds. And usually, not even anything that clean gets off. You're talking about in the street, fights are ugly. Nothing really ends up happening. You know,
yeah.
If you have a fight, you're fighting for 36 minutes, and during that time, when they show you the CompuBox stats at the end, you're talking about potentially receiving hundreds of punches. Mm-hmm. So, would you say body shots is that the worst? Like, would you rather take a punch to the chin all day than a body shot?
Yes. I think so.
And you're confident enough in your jaw to know that it'll hurt, but you can take it. Whereas the body shot can just be almost impossible to bear.
The body shot lasts longer also. You know, I think it when you get hit by body shots, you know, it kind of like it stays with you for a while, you know.
It's very interesting because when people get into street fights, they always go straight for the face shot.
Yeah.
Maybe a good old body shot would be a good way to.
Body shot would do.
Well, no one does it. Like you see people drunk in a bar. It's fists up and it's going to the face.
Because I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. It's something you practice for years. Like it took me probably 7, 8 years to master it. You know.
Will you be affected completely differently by a body punch? Depending on where you're at in breathing, like whether you're completely toughening up your abs versus they catch you with a punch while you're taking a breath, will that totally will that affect the impact of the punch?
Yeah, I think the ones that hurt the most, are the ones you don't see coming. You know, those are the ones that
just
really
catch you.
Yeah, you don't see coming, and you can't do nothing to prepare for it.
So, you know, you're from Spanish Harlem. You're fighting in Brooklyn. I'm guessing you're going to have a lot of people there supporting you.
I'm going to have a lot of people
on Saturday night.
A lot of people there. Definitely.
Now, what will it mean to you if you're able to do this? If you're able to capture you beat Peterson, you capture the IBF title. What would that mean for you as a person? Just a man who's done this for such a long time.
I mean, it'll mean a lot, but not only to me, but to my family. You know, everybody who's been there from day one. I mean, who stuck by me. You know, and I mean, I think that fight, once I pull it off, I mean, it's definitely gonna. I mean, it's gonna be a message to people that, you know what I'm saying. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you fall down or whatever, get back up. Keep pushing. You know, and I think that fight is gonna demonstrate that, you know.
Well, should you pull this off, should you win, do you have any idea? Do you ever think about what you would do the next day or a way to celebrate? You don't even think about that until you get the chance.
No, I don't. I try. I try not to think about celebration. You know, usually after a fight, I'm so mentally and physically worn out that I just want to just rest. You know, hang with the family and just keep it cool. You know, I don't think I would like to go clubbing and I, you know,
right.
start drinking. No, I can't do that. I don't think my body will take it.
Do you have anything that you do in the moments before a fight of this magnitude, preparation wise? Do you talk to people? Do you put on headphones and listen to music? What do you do in those moments before we see you come out on Saturday night? What will you be doing?
I will probably be listening to salsa music.
Nice.
And just, you know, just to get a little amped up, you know, and keep it cool. You know, I like being mellow, you know, and just relax and, you know, wait for the moment to happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Edgar Santana will have the opportunity of a lifetime this Saturday night at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. He'll be going for the IBF championship. We wish you the best of luck. Spanish Harlem, stand up.
And then if anybody can't make it to the Barclays, I'm definitely I've arranged for my fans who can't make it a spot in Cigar Inn. They can go over there and watch.
Where's the Cigar Inn?
It's on 54th and 2nd Avenue.
Okay, 54th and 2nd Avenue.
There's gonna be free food, free drinks. So you can't make it, go to Cigar Inn and
then there's gonna be a lot of very excited Puerto Ricans hanging out watching Edgar Santana.
Oh, there's gonna be all types of people. Yeah. Definitely.
All right, Saturday night, man. We wish you the best of luck. I will be watching on TV and supporting you, man. Wishing you the best.
I appreciate it.
Edgar Santana, ladies and gentlemen. Barclays Center, Saturday night, showtime.